Good morning. Well, I think I figured out what my demon is. It's camping. Going to bed at 7:30. I think last night we went to bed at 9. And sitting in that claustrophobic space of a tent for the next 9 hours is not going to work for me. So I think after Neil's Gap, I'm going to have to adjust fire, and I will start to do night hiking and break my day up more. Maybe take more of a rest at lunch and not try to spend so much time in one spot. Elle, on the other hand, seems to be doing great with the camping. She's been getting 6+ hours of sleep each night. So that's been working great for her. We just left Hawk Mountain Shelter en route to Gooch Gap. There were 23 people at Hawk Mountain Shelter the night before us. At least that's what Katie, the trail runner, said. She's great, by the way. She's just a sweetheart. And we had probably about 20, maybe 21 last night. Last night was all rain. First night was all wind. I think I prefer the rain over the wind. I think I had mentioned that the wind definitely plays tricks with you. You know, is a tree going to fall on your shelter? The rain is just rain, so nothing too dramatic there. We were with Thomas and his dad again last night. Pretty much the same crew. Ed, Josh, and Lauren with their dog Goose. Met a guy, Joe, yesterday. Really interesting guy. He's hiked the 6 tallest peaks and done Everest Base Camp 3 times, but weather or whatever stopped him from being able to complete that. You know, now he's out here. So, really interesting guy. Young gal, Haley. She's a hammocker, like Caleb, who we'd had the night before at Springer Mountain Shelter. He was again with us over here at Hawk Mountain. And really good guy, former military. Pardon me for a sec, just got to figure out. Okay, crossing a road here. Today is the dreaded Sassafras Mountain. So kind of getting mentally prepared for that. Gear's been holding out really well. We're trying to find our balance between rain gear and heat gear, because you put the rain gear on even with a poncho and the body temperature just soars. So like today, even though it's kind of supposed to be on and off, we both, well, I think, yeah, Elle decided to go with her rain jacket, not pants, to start, but with a t-shirt under it, knowing she'll have to switch out. And then I went to this relatively lightweight but long sleeve shirt. Well, this is going to get rough here, so let me punch out and get back to you. I believe we're just at the top. We're coming to the top of Sassafras Mountain. Oh, that is a steep climb. I know when we get to New Hampshire, they say we'll look back and laugh at these climbs and these rocks. But right now, I'd say it's not really funny. We have had great views today, though. I'll include some of those in this. They've pretty much overlooked the same valley, but the sun has been playing nicely off the mountains, so leaving really pretty views. I don't know how far it is to the peak. Sassafras is known for having these false peaks, but we've been led to believe that we've done a couple, and this is the last one. All I can say is Frank Sinatra was right when he said, "This lady is a tramp." Back at you soon. At least Sassafras has a nice, easy descent for you to enjoy after your climb. So the trail doesn't give you too much at one time. It does seem to prepare you over hours and days for what you will face the next hours and days. Baby, I think there's trail magic down here.
I don't know. That'd be great, but...
There's something going on. I don't know what it is. We're here in Cooper's Gap, coming down from Sassafras, and you see some sort of grouping together. Don't know if that's actually trail magic or just a bunch of the guys getting together. There's Thomas. I told you about Thomas and his dad. Yeah, so it looks like it's just guys getting together. So we decided to leave Gooch Mountain Shelter. We are facing a fairly typical dilemma that you'll find out here on the trail. First night, as I said, we had very high winds. Last night, not intense, but dense, I guess, rain. Today and tonight are supposed to be clear. We had a good day, but a hard day going over Sassafras. Most people were exhausted and stopped at Gooch Mountain Shelter. Several decided to move on, maybe to Gooch Gap, which is just like a mile and a half down to, I think it's like Route 42, or to keep pushing on towards Woody Gap, which intersects with, I believe it's Route 60. So here's the situation. We are 15 miles from Neal's Gap, which doesn't sound like much, except for we're going over Blood Mountain. And starting tomorrow evening, we're supposed to have sub-zero temperatures and gale force winds. Elle and I have been pressed to do 8 miles, but 8 miles by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but still exhausted because our bodies aren't used to this. So that means just about doubling that and doing it before or during a storm with those sorts of conditions. So we decided to leave Gooch Mountain Shelter to get more miles in for one of two things. If tomorrow we decide to go and wait out the storm in Suches, I think it's Suches or Suches, Georgia. I think there's a resort there, high country resort, and wait the couple days there, do a 0 or even a 0 plus there. Or if we got to Woody Gap tonight, then we would have put in a 12-mile day, and we would have just 10 miles for tomorrow into Neal's Gap. More likely to be able to get in there before the storm comes in the late afternoon. So these are the sorts of things that we're going to be facing all the way up the trail. Every YouTuber, every book you see, this sort of thing. People stuck in, even in tornadoes. So that's where we are. We're heading towards Gooch Gap right now, and then onward towards Woody Gap, where we'll stop. We'll have to see where our bodies tell us to stop. Okay, back with you later.